What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the show. I am Timmy Foodie. Today we're going to be cooking the perfect little bit of chicken breast. So I've got this really nice organic free range chicken breast here, and I actually think this is probably the hardest cut of meat to cook. It's to get it perfectly juicy and tender and not overcooked. It's super difficult, but there is a very easy hack to do this, and that's a temperature thermometer that you can put in the oven. So what I'm doing, I've got this pan on the heat which is heating up, and I want this to get super hot, and we're going to just sear it in the pan, and then we're going to actually put this pan in the oven with the chicken and everything, and then stick the probe in it, set it going, and when it hits 74 degrees centigrade, it is perfect. We'll get it out and just serve it up. So it's super simple, really. I mean, all I'm going to do is, I could score it and stuff, but to be honest, I don't really want to. I'm just going to drizzle a bit of olive oil, a bit of salt, and a nice bit of pepper. And then the only other thing I've got is a garlic clove, and I've got a little sprig of dried oregano. Thyme is really good for this. But anything works, really, so whatever you've got is going to be great. So I've just kind of got this all nicely on there. We'll just turn that over, repeat the process, bit of olive oil. This is getting really hot. I don't know if you can see it smoking, so that's exactly what we want. I probably should turn on the extractor fan, or we're going to have a fire, which probably isn't going to make a lot of difference, but that's nice and hot, so we can get this in there now. So I might just do a little bit of oil in there, which is super hot, exactly what we want, and in it goes. And that sizzle, that's exactly what you want to hear. So this is doing its thing. While that's doing that, we'll get that plate out of the way. Hopefully you can hear me over the sizzle. I've got a clove of garlic here, which all I'm going to do is just place it over like that and just give it a little smash and pop it in there. And then with the oregano, I'm probably just gonna put that sprig and just put it one side, just for the fragrance. That's all you need to do, really. So I'm gonna get out some tongs, make a bit of noise, and that has got a really nice sear on it, as you can see. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Can you kind of see that? Garlic is probably burning, but never mind. Oregano smelling a bit like marijuana, but yeah, so that's kind of it. I might just do a little drizzle more olive oil just on top, little smidge more pepper, and that's kind of it. I can just turn that off now, a bit of salt, and then all we're going to do now is choke on all the smoke. Really, I shouldn't be cooking this hot without an extractor fan straight above me, but what are you going to do? So what I'm going to do now is pop that in the oven, 160 degrees centigrade, and what I'm going to do as well is pop this probe into the thick part of the chicken. You want to get it about halfway through it, which is about there. That's great. And then with this probe, you just literally turn it on, and then I've got an app that it talks to, and once it hits the perfect temperature, which is 74 degrees centigrade, then it's perfect. So I'm going to get a little white towel thing and pop that in the oven, and then the length of time that it's going to take is going to be dependent on the size of the chicken and how hot you've got the oven and all that sort of stuff. But if you've got your probe, then it will beep at you when it's ready. So it's probably going to be about 15 minutes in the oven at this sort of temperature. So we're going to get that in, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, here we go. There it is. Absolutely perfect. Out the oven. I've pulled out the little thermometer thing. Be careful when you do, because it will be hot, which I always forget and then burn myself. So what I want to do is just get this out of this pan and let that rest for a few minutes. As you can see, super delicious, perfect chicken. Super tasty, and it's exactly 74 degrees centigrade. And then this might beep at me, so I'll just quickly recap what we've done here. We cast iron pan, got it super hot. I did salt, pepper, olive oil on the chicken. I had the chicken out the fridge for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to warm up and come to room temperature. We then, put it in the pan, seared it that side down, this side down that you're seeing here first, and then we flipped it over. When we did that, we got some, that's my sensor telling me that it's unplugged. We flipped it over, put it the other way up. Then we got a clove of garlic, smashed it, put it in. We got a nice little sprig of oregano, popped that in there, and then pretty much that was it. We just put it straight in the oven on 160 degrees centigrade. It took about 20 minutes, and then here we are. So super delicious. Now I want this to rest for about 3 or 4 minutes just to chill out and relax a little bit. So we'll come back and it's looking really nice and juicy. You can just see all the juices kind of coming out of it. We're going to give that a nice chop up in a minute. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, super simple. I don't want to waffle too much, but really the key here is a thermometer that you can put in the oven, so you can track the temperature of this chicken while it's cooking. And as soon as it hits 74 degrees, get it right out the oven. If anything, I'd go 73 degrees and get it out, because it's going to spike by a few degrees as you're letting it to rest. So, but it's up to you. It's so simple. And then once you've got this, you can serve it with anything you want. You can do a nice mix of veggies or some salad, or if you're just doing a carnivore diet, you can just have this like this. I might have this with a few pickles on the side, which I know technically isn't carnivore, but they're super tasty, so why the fuck not? So that's probably rested enough, I reckon. I'm probably being a bit impatient, but I want to cut it and see what's going on. So we're going to give this a go here. So this is our super delicious, organic, free-range chicken, cooked to perfection. Well, I say cooked to perfection. I fucking hope it's cooked to perfection. I just want to make sure this is hitting focus nicely, but we'll see what happens. So it's super nice. I think I'm a bit bright with my light. I'm going to just come down a bit so you can see what's going on, because this chicken's going to hit the did you see all that juice coming out of it? This is exactly how you want your chicken. You see all that juice coming out of it? That is absolutely effing perfect. Super tasty. Now when you cut it like this, it will oxidize and dry out really quick. So you want to kind of chop it and then serve it straight away, or keep it as a whole breast and then kind of let it do its and then cut it when it's on the plate, sort of thing. So it's as you can see, it is absolutely perfect when it comes to chicken. It's just it's just, look at that. Just juicy, perfect. And you can see all the juices just stuck on the table. I'm going to eat a bit of it. Now it doesn't really get better than that. The trouble is, if you do it wrong, overcook it by even like 5 or 6 degrees, it's going to dry out so quick and then be pretty terrible. So you just gotta just keep track of that temperature, and then when it's when it hits that 74 degrees, just off you go. Get it out, let it rest, super delicious. So there we go, perfect chicken, done in 20 minutes. Go with almost anything you want. You can put it in a sandwich straight away, some lettuce and some mayo or something. You could have it with roast potatoes and veggies. You can do just some nice side salad with it, or if you're doing like me, which is trying the carnivore thing, you can just eat it like this. So yeah, there we go, super delicious chicken, super tasty. Where's the focus? Yeah, just juicy, salt, pepper, real subtle fragrance of the garlic and the oregano. I've got to stop eating it because you don't want to hear me eat. So yeah, cheers guys. That was our super delicious, perfect way to cook a chicken breast. Hope you liked it. hit subscribe, like, share, tell your friends. We'll be back in a few days with something else. I'm probably going to do fish next. Maybe do some salmon or something like that, because again, it's super simple to make, but you just got to do it the right way and make sure you're not overcooking it. And because it's fish, you better to undercook it than overcook it, really. If it's fresh, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, cheers guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon.